and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Monica Monique with your latest fashion update. And let's just hop right into it. So France is trying to say bye to fast fashion. They have come up with a couple different limitations on what you can do via their law system to regulate fast fashion. The model, as far as fast fashion, the model built on mass production, low prices, and disposable trends. Now, what does this law include? It includes clear labeling on environmental impact, fines for overproduction and excessive waste, incentives for more sustainable production, and a ban on advertising ultra-fast fashion. Why this matters. Mind you, I'm reading this from a post. It's called VINOKIO. That is the page. They posted this, a detail of what this new French law is. So that's where I'm getting the information. Now, next, it says the fashion industry is among the most polluting globally, and ultra fast fashion only makes it worse. France is the first country to take legal action, but this signals a shift that could ripple across Europe and beyond. It's clear to call to rethink how we produce, promote, and consume fashion. So this post again is by it might be pronounced Vinokilo, but again, that's spelled VINOKILO. Now, another post that also talked about this was from the One of One. Now, again, ultra fast fashion. You guys have to accept me because I am not about to edit this audio. Fast fashion companies that people say are one of the biggest contributors to environmental waste is SHEIN, Temu, Zara, what is this? Kiabi? Kiabi. Fast fashion companies, they have special taxes and ad bans that apply to only the ultra category, which is Temu and SHEIN. But keep in mind, these same manufacturing factories contribute to other companies as well, not just the big ones that you've heard of. This post is saying that they welcome regulation to fast fashion and are optimistic about the change. The law provides resources and advantages to European fast fashion companies to compete against Chinese brands. Now, will these regulations actually improve the state of the industry or just increase the market share of certain fast fashion companies? And that's all to be decided. But I feel like this is good. This is good. If you have seen the documentaries, if you have seen what it looks like in certain countries where all this fashion waste is going to, it is really horrible to see piles and piles of clothes in the ocean in Ghana or on the beaches or in certain places of Thailand and other Asian countries. Like we in America or certain places in Europe or other places that have governments that have more money, we are not seeing directly the impact. But other countries that are less capable of fighting against it and making regulations to have people stop dumping waste, their countries are being severely polluted by the amount of fast fashion that is coming into their country and just contributing to trash. Now, there was another post where they were talking about fast fashion and companies that push addiction. So let's play that clip.
Enough new clothes on the planet to dress ourselves.
I'm sorry, I'm going to start that over.
Every day.
Or can I start that over? Here we go.
Stop making clothes today. We have enough new clothes on the planet to dress ourselves in new clothes every day until 2050. We have an overconsumption and overproduction problem. These companies are pushing addiction. 2/3 of our clothes contain polyester, which is petroleum. That's why we're never getting rid of it, because the petroleum industry is the most powerful industry out there. And if they're going to have EVs taking away their gasoline, they're going to make more polyester. But, we can't give up. We've got to keep fighting and trying to convince people that this is the right thing to do, to care about your clothes, to invest in them, to love and cherish them, keep them longer, repair them and wear them, and buy good stuff whether you look on the app to see if it's got a green light, you go on to Net-a-Porter or My Teresa and you look at their green editing, or you shop secondhand. Wash your clothes in cold water so they last longer. Little things like that make a huge difference. We can all have a positive impact on the industry.
So she said in the beginning of her statement is that we have enough clothes to last us years and years until 2050 if we don't even make any new clothes right now. Until then, that's a lot of clothes that already exist in this world. And she also pointed out something that I wasn't necessarily aware of, but the petroleum industry, that is a industry that also is involved in, obviously, oil, has a position in polyester. If you know, polyester is basically petroleum. It is a chemical, which is why people are trying to make people more aware of the materials that are used in their clothes. If a lot of clothes nowadays are, if you look at the tag, 100% polyester, 90% polyester blend, 80% polyester, 98% polyester, it's full of this chemical. Now, clothes made before 1990 were majority authentic fabrics. Wool, 100% wool, 100% cotton, 100% ... And now, if you look at the tags, it's completely different. And they also don't last as long. So you really do have to start thinking about not just what you're putting in your body, but what you're putting on your body. Okay. And as a fashion designer in a fashion company, also be aware of the fabrics that you're buying for your collection. Are you buying fabrics that are 100%, 80% plus polyester to put on your customers? Think about that. If you're not thinking about that right now, that's something that you need to think about, because there may possibly be in the future some restrictions against what you can do with your fashion collection if that is the material that you're going to go with moving forward. Let's talk about something else in the fashion industry, because remember how last week I talked about how Forever 21 is coming back after they announced that they are closing, and they closed all their stores. Now, this post that I saw talked about companies that were dead that are alive again and how they were able to reposition themselves. Now, what I said was the reason I think for Fashion 21's demise is because they never really changed the style of clothing that they were making. They still were producing the same collection every year, maybe the new trending colors, but it was the same exact clothing, the same exact look. And it just wasn't what the latest people are wearing for styles cut in color, possibly. So let's take a listen to this post and see their opinion on how these other brands were able to revive their company.
Coach was your mom's bag, and Gap was... Abercrombie was canceled. Coach was your mom's bag, and Gap was just background noise. But now they're making a comeback, not because they changed products, but because they changed what they mean. This is cultural engineering and the power of storytelling. Abercrombie, Coach, and Gap, they're not making a comeback by trying to go viral or some big monstrous pivot. They're making a comeback by rewriting their own story and showing the next generation what they could be. Abercrombie flipped the script from exclusion and toxic marketing to softness, real-world bodies, and inclusivity. Now it's TikTok's favorite redemption arc because people felt like they could see themselves in the brand again. Coach got scrappy and smart. Upcycle vintage, Y2K flair, collabs that felt curated, less prestige and more personality. It didn't just release new bags with new designs, it reintroduced the tabby at a time where understated luxury and conservatism are prevailing. And Gap finally stopped trying to be cool and just started being real. Zac Posen, Don't, minimalist nostalgia, and campaigns that feel like your best friend took the photos. None of these were loud reinventions. They were emotionally accurate ones. They reframed their past through a modern lens, inclusion, purpose-driven, and deeper creative discernment. This is what modern revival and audience connection looks like. It's identity over a super polished aesthetic and emotion over attention. You can follow all the right tactical steps and a brand can look beautiful, but if it lacks discernment and intention, if it doesn't feel like anything, it won't stick. So think about your framing. In the marketing world, they call this positioning. The best brands don't return louder, they return clearer. Abercrombie was
Okay, so that post was by Amanda Sabreth. Amanda is spelled Amanda, and Sabreth is spelled Sabreah. Beautiful post. I loved her positioning on how she talked about these brands and what was able to work for them and how they kind of revived the not just perception of their brand, but also their identity through storytelling, through marketing, through positioning. And again, I advise Forever 21 to do that same thing. As for you guys, if you guys are fashion brand owners, fashion designers, how are you using storytelling in your brand, positioning in your brand, framing in your brand to speak to your customers and clientele to get more sales, not just more sales money-wise, but more sales from your ideal target customer? Are you speaking to the people who you want to wear your collection? Are you speaking directly to the mom of two who's trying to get out the door but look cute every day? Or are you speaking to the 18-year-old who is off to a party but wants something comfortable and cute at the same time? Again, if you are speaking to that person, you have to create stories that they see themselves in every day, in every post, in every content, in every color that you use. And you really have to frame and position your business in a way that really drives it home to your customers so that whenever they see your post, whenever they see their brand, they know that that is exactly for them. Now, what else is going on in the fashion industry? Because I had a couple different stuff I wanted to show you. Oh, this one here. So Morgan DeBond, I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she owns Afrotech and Blavity. And lately she's been using an AI, what do you want to say? Not an AI model, but herself. She's creating an AI clone of herself, making the voice match her exact voice, making the tonality match her exact tone. Even the movements in the face or the body, she's matching to her exact way she would do it because she's about to go on maternity leave. And as she creates a lot of content, she wants to still be able to create that content, but without her being the one creating it. So let's take a listen to her position on this.
AI avatars of myself so that I can eventually have my interactive avatar at Afrotech since I am pregnant and won't be there. So people would ask me what I use, and it's really not that hard. I use HEIN and I use 11 Labs. So on HEIN, you basically create a video of yourself. I'm gonna just do it this way because I don't have time to edit this video, but you create a video, actually you create an avatar. This is the avatar of me. And then you can create all these video looks of yourself. So these are different videos that I've uploaded for my podcast of me. This one I just recorded. Can you see that?
Hey, Morgan V2, your hyper-realistic avatar is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you enjoy.
So it cloned my voice using HEIN's technology, but the second tool that you need is called 11 Labs. And 11 Labs is basically like one of the best audio AI tools out there. And you can use it for pretty much anything, but I use it to clone my voice. And it trained on 2 hours of my voice from my podcast, from my audiobook, Rewrite Your Rules, from so many different places. And then it created a much better version of me. And so you can switch it out and integrate it with HEIN. So on HEIN, so you go to AI voice and you click integrate third-party voice here. This is such an unhinged video. I'm going to upload a better one on YouTube, but you click integrate third-party voice here, and then you get your API key from 11 Labs and integrate it, and the results are so good, and that's how you do it. Okay, I will upload more.
Okay, so the two programs that she said she used, one is called HeyGen, like Hey, HEY, and like generation GEN. So HeyGen.ai. And then the other one is called 11 Labs. Now it's the number 11, so 1 and then the word 11, I believe, spelled out, and then labs. So that is how she's been able to create what she calls is her avatar, which I just call a clone. But are you thinking about this for your business? For example, me, I'm recording this podcast as me talking about all these different updates in the fashion industry and technology and what we're able to do. But if I was able to create using the same method, avatar me, maybe it could do it faster. Maybe it could do it better if it trained on the way I speak in these podcasts and the way I look in my videos. Oh my gosh, it probably would be such a relief, because for me, this is an audio podcast, right? And it is because I don't feel like putting on makeup. I don't feel like getting dressed for the camera today. I am dressed for work right now. I'm just running errands in my store, getting ready for the day, setting up my clothing store for the day, and I don't want to be on camera. But if I was to, let's say, take this audio and tell them, okay, put avatar me in front of a beautiful background with white couches, let's say beige and tan curtains behind me, a beautiful plant in the center by a side table, and have me deliver this exact same podcast, here's the audio, and plug that in, it would create a video of me saying everything that I'm saying right now, and it would look like I am actually speaking to the camera with the perfect makeup and hairstyle on. I could probably even tell it, hey, put me in the latest outfit from the Schiaparelli collection for runway spring summer 2023. Like, that's how good fashion technology or technology in general is. If you are interested in learning how to create fashion models for your collection, go ahead and follow my personal YouTube at Monica Monique Shop, MONICA MONIQUE SHOP. Guys, I am doing a video this week on how I turn the clothes in my store in my Monica Monique collection into videos using AI models. These models are so beautiful, and I've been working on this for a couple weeks now, like how to use the best technology, how to make it look the most realistic, how to get models that fit my brand, etc., and creating different scenes and backdrops where they're walking into different restaurants, they're getting in a car in my design that literally I just took a picture of on a mannequin, and you would not even be able to tell that that is not a real person walking into a restaurant. Guys, AI is going to take your business to the next level. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's controversial, but also, yes, it can make you money faster. And is that not the point? Don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution, you guys. All right, that is it for my fashion update this week. Thank you guys for listening. And again, go ahead and follow my YouTube channel, Monica Monique Shop, on YouTube to see the video of how I'm able to make my fashion AI models. Let me know in the comment section of maybe the YouTube for this podcast, 7-Figure Fashion Business. That's the number 7 and then figure fashion business spelled out on our YouTube channel. If you are listening, and let me know what you guys think of the latest in fashion news. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.